Good morning. I'd like to say happy birthday to ex President Jimmy Carter. There's a message in the life of Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter, President of the United States, finished his first term. He was a Democrat. And you know how Democrats are. They are liberal. And you got the Republicans who are conservative. And there's something else about this conservative bunch. As Jimmy Carter was running for a second term, he ran against a young man by the name of Ronald Reagan, a Republican. Now, Ronald Reagan did something many of you young people don't know about that Donald Trump was trying to do to the Democrats when they went to the border with that plan about what they wanted to do and how they wanted to deal with the border, and they had got conservatives and liberals to come together and decide what move they were going to make. And as they were about to make that move, what did Donald Trump say? Don't do it. He wanted the hell to continue to exist. So he can say that his opponent wasn't able to deal with it. And he could do it. And people would choose him because they couldn't deal with that crisis. However, we were lucky this time. But back in those days, Ronald Reagan, the Iranians had taken the hostages, and people were all upset. Jimmy Carter tried a few moves to retrieve the hostages that failed for whatever reason. But like Donald Trump, Ronald Reagan made a deal, according to the information that came back out to the public, with the Iranians. Hold the hostages. Do not release them. And apparently some quid pro quo was worked out. And so they would not release him. Jimmy Carter lost the presidency. And then this conservative rolled in, just like he did in the cowboy pictures in the Western days and the movies. And he became president of the United States. He was blessed. He got 2 terms. But check this out. When he was in office, this is when we had the Contras. And this is when we had the story of Oliver North. In other words, what I'm talking about is crookdom. That's when the crooks began their work. And they worked. People who were conservative, they loved Ronald Reagan, just like these conservatives loved Donald Trump. But after the 2 terms, I don't think Ronald Reagan knew if it was day or night. He came down with Alzheimer's. His wife had to take care of him, take him to the bathroom. Even his son used to say things negative about him because the way he treated the people. You know, he's the guy that went to people working with the air, with right now I can't think of the exact, but it had to do with people who were working with airlines. They went on strike because they were being, as far as they can see, messed over. And Ronald Reagan went in and fired every last one of them. Don't come here. He's a heartless man. Just fired these people. Wouldn't want to work out a deal. Just fire them. Well, you know the story of Ronald Reagan afterwards. But today, Jimmy Carter, this man who was robbed of his presidency, the nation that was robbed of the gentleness and the kindness of Jimmy Carter, they all had to suffer. But Jimmy Carter came out. He didn't get too upset. He started working with Habitat for Humanity. What he's doing, he started just doing stuff to care for people. I can't be your president, but homelessness is a big problem. So let me put my hands to that plow and see what I can do to help the people who are homeless. And that's what he's done. He's done that for over 40 some odd years since they robbed him of his presidency. And today he is celebrating his 100th birthday. Even though he is in hospice care for over a year, he's still living. He's still seeing the sun go down and the morning break come up. Why? A good man. Ronald Reagan been gone for 30-some years. Now, many people might say, well, I'd rather be gone. Well, I can understand that too, living in a hell. Many people who knew they were living in hell would rather be gone. But be that as it may, we can say, the people who have lived a while can say, happy birthday, Jimmy Carter. Happy birthday. Thank you for living. A peanut farmer. Thank you for living. Thank you for willing to commit yourself to help we the people to be a shining light, that we might understand that even today, 100 years later, it might be the only time we can really understand what took place. But you are here. And those who abused you and abused this nation for power are gone. And here's another one. Donald Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump is no game. Get rid of that man. Until next time, happy birthday, Jimmy Carter.